Looks like I'm just going to have to deal with it. There's a box that pops up just telling me that pro features are enabled. I can't just seem to get rid of it. Yeah, you didn't know that? I knew that. Okay. Wait till it connects. Yeah. It's connecting and disconnecting again. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So there's our relations. Having those allies, I think, will be useful if I move into this area here to along the Adriatic, Eastern Adriatic, which I will do as soon as I can actually, you know, do things like declare war, which we're still 5 years away from being able to do. I might ought to build myself a couple more trade ships to increase my trade in the Ragusa trade node. Oh, somebody else wants to hire condottieri. Poland and Genoa. Oh, I could join the trade league. Join the Genoa trade league, or it would be the Venetian trade league, if anything, that I'd want to join. They're much bigger, but we can't. The Genoa Trade League. Let me see what the Genoa Trade League looks like. It might be worthwhile joining. Well, no, I'm out of diplomatic spots, so I guess we won't. How about offer condottieri? What war are they in? They're not in a war. Why would they hire troops if they're not in a war? They won't. That's the easy answer. Bohemia have made another claim on one of our territories. That's 2 territories they've claimed. Akkanulu have accepted peace with the Ottomans. Akkanulu is no more, and Ottomans is going to be ready to start yet another war, as they have expanded all the way to the east. They are now bordering Karakanulu. They've just about got the Black Sea captured and are potentially aiming for the Caspian Sea. At least I hope they're aiming that direction. We're still 4.5 years away from being able to declare war here. Poland have accepted peace with Teutonic Order on the following terms. Poland got 2 territories from the Teutonic Order. So the Teutonic Order is a bit smaller now. Poland has set Muscovy as a rival. Good. Keep looking in that direction, people. Look east, look south, look anywhere but here in the center. Okay, there's our admin tech, and we now can build temples as well as marketplaces and forts. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, I can't have another tech already. Okay, our income has dropped down to 1.8 a month. I wonder why. We don't have, I don't think we're spending on fort maintenance on a fort we haven't fully built yet, but maybe we are. Yeah, if so, oh well. No big deal. Yeah, we've dropped, we've gained another spot. We're now 9th in the world. One more spot and we become a great power. And we haven't done anything yet. I wonder... Let's see. Administrative rank 22. Diplomatic rank 42. Wow, we haven't done anything and we've almost become a great power. Yeah, it's Friday. I expected it. The Renaissance. Okay, so the Renaissance Since the 14th century, the wealthy and powerful in the Italian city-states have been patronizing artists and scholars willing to explore the old Roman and Greek societies of their forefathers. As a cultural movement, the Renaissance already encompasses most of the region and has had a profound impact on literature, art, philosophy, and music. Humanist scholars are also analyzing the society in which comparing it to the ideals of they live, comparing it to the ideals of classical philosophers. At the turn of 1451, Renaissance humanism has grown into a more mature movement ready to permeate all aspects of society. A new ideal for rulers as well as those who are ruled is spreading as quickly as the early printers can distribute copies of these new ideas. A true Renaissance humanist is an expert on everything from politics and philosophy to art, textual analysis, music, and architecture. The Renaissance is now ready to reshape the world to be a better fit for its classical ideas. Okay, so countries that have not fully embraced the Renaissance institution will receive the increasing tech penalty. Now, one nice thing about Hungary is, the best nice thing about Hungary is we're the leaders of tech across the board. There is nobody else that is at a 444, it looks like. We've got a 344 down here. Ottomans are a 344. We are the first 444 country in the world. No wonder we've jumped up to almost great power status. But that's not what I came to look at. If we take a look at the institutions here, you can see our territories in Hungary. Feudalism is present. Where did the Renaissance start? Okay, Brescia is the birthplace of the Renaissance right here. So it's going to start spreading from here. We're actually going to get access to the Renaissance fairly early, which is nice. If you remember my Ethiopia playthrough where it took forever for us to get anything important, I imagine it's just some bug, like half a dozen to a dozen bug fixes and sync fixes and things like desync fixes. Would be my guess. I haven't seen anything on the forums that they were close to dropping anything major. Okay, Venice has embraced the Renaissance. Okay, there we go. So Venice has completely embraced the Renaissance. Well, okay, it still isn't throughout their entire country yet. As soon as it spreads to anywhere along the coast here, Lika will start being able to embrace or start gain Renaissance points. We are gaining Renaissance points at 0.06 per month. Right now, at that rate of spread, it won't spread to 1580, but the Renaissance was just born, so that will grow quicker. And as Austria embraces it, then all of our bordering territories here will start spreading the Renaissance as well. Corfu received a gift from Venice. Okay, nice of them. Now you notice we do have some small rebel factions here. They're at 20% with a 1.9% of increase. We'll keep an eye on them. Transylvanian separatists and Kievan separatists. So Kiev is probably along that east there. Maramoros, this one up here, has a very small unrest. Let's see, religious unity, non-accepted culture, intolerance. We could get rid of a chunk of that with by improving our religious unity, but we still are looking at 10 years to complete the missionaries there, so I'm not going to do it yet. Okay, we still got 3.5 years, 4 years before we can declare war. Naxos has received a gift from Venice. Venice is spreading money. Venice, why don't you send some money my way? Our fort is just about done as well. See, merchants. Krakow merchant's actually doing very well for himself. Let's see. So we're forwarding a huge chunk of money into this, into our primary center of trade here. It's only got a value of 2.7. We're taking 3/4 of that out of that trade node. Siena started to improve relations with us. Venice sent a gift to Gelra. There's a nice value trade node there. That's the Rhineland trade node. It's probably one of the better inland trade nodes. Of course, Venice is always a good trade node to have. Yeah, the Ragusa trade node's getting popular too at 109. What's the Ottomans doing now? I haven't seen them go to another war. They haven't yet. They're guaranteeing Ragusa still. I'm surprised Burgundy's still here. That's probably going to change here within the next 2 years, I'm going to guess. We're slowly gaining points in both Diplo and military rank. And here we go, we get another fort as well. I wonder if that adds to our military rank. We're 5th in military rank right now. Or 5th in gain, anyway. And you know one thing we haven't done yet? We haven't even gotten a general. Oh my god! We do have a general. We have a hell of a general. No wonder we're gaining military points. We've got a 444 general. 4441 general. And we can't do anything with him. That sucks. We could get a second general too. Since we can get 3, we might as well. Conflicts over taxes, corporations, port duties, navy requisitions. Yeah, we've seen this one fairly routinely. Lose a mercantilism or lose some loyalty and diplomatic power. We'll go with that option. Yeah, our second general's at 1100. Yeah, not so good. But at least we have a general. It's not as good as this guy's general here, who's got a 5550 general. The best general in the game. We might have the second best. Let's take a quick look. Not history, ledger. Military, is it? No, it must be country. Military leaders. Overall. Okay, so Tlemcen has a 5343. Albania's second best at 5550. Navarra has a 4531. And we are 4th with that 4441 general. 4th best military ruler leader in the world. Flanders refused access to the centers of trade to Venice. So Flanders and Venice, what is going on there? I can't imagine anything going on between those two countries. Venice allied with Papal State Savoy, receiving trade power, leads a trade node, vassals, independence. Yeah, I don't see anything that would interest Venice from Flanders. Who's in a personal union with Burgundy, of all people. Burgundy and Venice? Allied with Hungary and Brittany. Oh, we're going to get so crushed. I thought Burgundy would have another ally by now, but let's see. France is allied with Scotland, Castile, Genoa, and Papal State. Conquest CBs on Brittany, Burgundy, Nevers, and Provence. Royal marriage with Scotland, Castile, allied with Scotland. We never did get a royal marriage with France, did we? What happened with that? We can get one. It would put us over our limit for, you know what, we're still going to do this. Let's turn Savoie. We're still going to get that royal marriage with France. Yeah, that puts us one over, but for now, we could withstand it. Oh, Master of the Mint, a great advisor in our employee, has died. Well, did he take us down to 0 inflation while he was still alive? Took us down to under 1. Let's get the yearly prestige. Sure, why not? That still keeps us with a positive income of 2.25. Keeps our power ranks up. Need to move one more spot to get that great power status. We're 2.5 years from being able to declare war still. I forgot how slow this was for these games where you start under such restrictions with the Regency, in our case, with under a personal union in some cases. Let's see, it looks like Poland might be active again. Nope, they're just moving troops around. Moldavia is still in their personal union. Wallachia not doing anything. They've got no allies still, which is good for us. Serbia still only with Bosnia and Byzantium. I imagine the Ottos are going to turn to Byzantium here shortly. We've got an alliance offer from France. Okay, we're going to take that. So we're now allied with France and Burgundy. Did we lose our alliance with... Oh, no, they're there. With we still have an alliance with Bavaria. So now we could actually consider... Well, of course, we have a royal marriage with Austria. We can't really attack them without taking a penalty. But if and when we get to that point, if we still have France as an ally, that will be extremely useful. We'll have to see how the Burgundy War goes. Now, we're allied with both France and Burgundy, so when that war fires off, we're going to have to make a choice. Okay, our Kievan separatists are slowly ticking up. Still not a big threat, so I'm not really worried about them. Let's see how our Renaissance looks. Okay, so now the Renaissance has spread throughout Venice, most of Venice, at least enough of it that we are now have a full border with them. We're gaining still at only 0.06 a month. Now we can boost that a little bit, but I'm going to wait till it spreads a little bit more. As it spreads to some of these other territories here, it will improve the spread through our own country. But you can see we've got it being spread in a couple territories ourselves. So Sligo accepted peace with Leinster, so Ireland is starting to look a little bit more... Oh, wow. Leinster's done good for itself up there. Leinster, going to accomplish the achievement I haven't yet done. So we'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, we've got a ways before I'm going to actually worry about it here. 0.06 per month, 0.06 per month, 0.08 per month. Some 05s in there. That's it. So it's still fairly marginal for us, but that's fine. Our tech penalty isn't going to get huge this time around like it did last time. 2% right now. No big deal. Nope, we lost our diplomatic rank gain. We're only gaining in military rank right now. Wonder why that is. I thought getting that alliance with France would actually boost my diplomatic rank, but obviously it hasn't. Okay, speaking of diplomatic rank, we don't have any diplomats active, so let's do that. One, we're going to cozy up to the Ottomans just so they... we're not going to obviously get an alliance with them, but we at least want our relationships a little higher than it is so they don't look at us as their next enemy. Teutonic Order. Poland is a rival. Who does not like Poland? Not Lithuania, Poland. Muscovy, Bohemia, which is also a rival of me. Teutonic Order. Crimea, Livonian Order. Yeah, let's go ahead and improve relations with Teutonic Order and Muscovy. Not that we can do anything as far as alliances, but hey. As both influential landowners and the traditional warrior class in our state, the nobility has not fared well lately. The second time this one is fired. It's going to give them a minus 10 influence. That's fine. Again, influence isn't a big deal until it gets high, so anything that actually loses influence is not a bad thing. Now, you don't want loyalty to drop too low. You want high loyalty and low influence. Okay, we're talking a matter of about 16 months before we can go to war now. Oh. No, that's not us. I was going to say, whoa. Yeah, and we're going to suffer under a 1-2-1 ruler for a while. Hopefully he picks up a good ruler trait. Papal State has received a gift from Venice. Former queen now rules in Serbia. So we have a queen regent in both Wallachia and Serbia, assuming this ruler hasn't taken the throne yet. Nope, it's still Queen Regent Flavia Kadashi. Hello, Gore. How are you doing? Just came in at the start of a new save here. Serene Doge Marco Bolin was elected to office in Venice. And, oops, I didn't see what that rival was. Because it's going to take more than 10 years for them to convert. I'm waiting for a little bit of missionary strength. Basically, I'm at a moderately high religious unity, so it's not a big issue at this moment. But you can see 208 months to do. That's spending one. I mean, I have a gold income of less than one right now, so I'd be at a negative gold income for more than 10 years' time. I'm waiting to get some ideas or something that improves my missionary strength. Then I will convert. We're about ready to be able to declare our first war. We're a year from having our first true ruler in the game. We back up to 9th, and we're 1 point out of that great power status still. Rumors sweeping the country that there's been a shortage in salt production. Ew, yuck. So we've already got claims on Wallachia here who have no allies, so we're going to expand down there before the Ottomans do, and then we'll take a look at our next thing. We started in the interregnum, which gave us no ruler. We had an event fire, which gave us a regent and a 1-2-1 von Habsburg heir. That heir is just about to come of age. So we have a 455 Regency, which is good because it allowed us to get the early jump on the tech. We were the first 444 tech nation in the world, but we're going to be dropping to a 1-2-1 ruler here in a matter of less than a year. Yeah, it should be an easy war. They have no allies, and I don't really foresee them getting any in the next few months. They were actually my first rival, but they had a noble rebel uprising, and when the nobles took over the country, we lost them as a rival. But I still have claims. Yeah, of course he is, but well, not anything we can do about it. We're keeping an eye out on disputed successions and looking to challenge for a throne where we can. What I'm after here in this save is the achievement, Take That, von Habsburgs, which is playing as Hungary, occupy Austria, occupy and core Austria. So all of these Austrian territories here have to become mine. Easiest way is if I manage to actually get a personal union on them and inherit them. So I do have a royal marriage with them. They're also my rival, so yes, it is. Obviously, it won't happen until he's... I don't think that option is available until he's 60 or something like that, so we've got a ways to go. My preference is putting him in as a general and getting him killed off if he has an heir that's worth taking over the ruler. Okay, so here we go. We still got 6 months. It's listed as a hard achievement. It might be easy. I mean, if I manage to inherit them, then it's achievement over, essentially. We are also, if we take a look, we're allied with France. We're allied with Burgundy. So I figured when Austria and Burgundy go after it over the Burgundian inheritance, I might be able to put some pressure on Austria from the east and let France inherit Burgundy. And then I'll have a strong France as an ally to help me against Austria. I also have Bavaria as an ally because I'm going to need probably help against Bohemia here at some point, but since Bohemia has me rivaled. I think Poland has me rivaled. I don't remember for sure. I have. I don't know if who rivaled who. No, they don't have me rivaled. Yeah, I did. I haven't looked at it lately. I did the Tabaristan achievement, which is Tabaristan's over here, to form Persia. It took me a long time. It's listed as a very hard. Basically, you have to form Persia, which is only taking 4 provinces, but in almost every game, I mean, I had to run it 20-ish times. In every game, either Karakanulu or Timurids immediately declares war on you. So, but I did manage to do it. I don't know how many people have done it since. It was a low percentage then, but that was, you know, a couple expansions ago. Things have changed. That's the hardest one I've done. Okay, so here at the turn of the year, our ruler will take the throne. I was taking a look. There's a couple other very hard ones listed that I'm looking at potentially doing. I was running an Ethiopia one over the since the release of Rights of Man, with the idea of getting the Golden Horn, which is not that difficult to do. I was very close to doing it, but the Coptic Blessing one, gain all 5 Coptic religious centers, which includes Alexandria and 2 up here in Ottoman land. That's listed as a very hard to impossible. I forget which. Very hard, I think. I was actually working on that one, and it was going very well, and then the game came crashing down on me yesterday. Because I have a 1-2-1 ruler coming up, I'm trying to conserve my points. The Renaissance is just fired. And if we take a look, I've just got a couple of my provinces that are starting to gain that. So I'm going to be using my administrative points to possibly boost developing these and boost the Renaissance spread. But again, with a 1-2-1 ruler, I've tried to conserve them because I'm going to have to, it's going to be a while for me to tech up. I've got all 3 advisors hired, so I'm getting the extra +1 right now, but it's still going to be, I'm going to go from a very high, oh. What just happened? We're 8th. Oh, we're still not a great power. Okay. I saw 8th rank up there, and that's usually puts you close to that great power status. We're still a little ways away. Still a little ways away. Get some development boosts will be good, but we'll work on it. I was close as Ethiopia. I was actually closer than this as Ethiopia in the save yesterday. But anyway, in that save, I was supporting Yemen in a war against Oman and Hijaz. And in the midst of that war, the last territory that I needed to take, we can't see it down here, Medrabari declared war on me while all my troops were across the strait and couldn't get back. And then Ottomans also declared war on me. And, well, that was pretty much game over. All I needed was the 4 provinces Medrabari owned in order to finish the Horn of Africa, or the Golden Horn achievement. But the Ottomans jumping in on a war pretty much killed it. Any provinces they take will not be right out of that Golden Horn achievement. Okay, there we are. Hey, and we've got a decent heir as well. So if we take a look, our heir is actually age 11. So I'm actually going to go ahead and right off the bat, I'm going to make my ruler an heir. If I have a 4-year regency, so be it. I don't plan on too many other wars here in the near future. Let's see what he gained as his trait. He doesn't have his trait showing yet, so let's go ahead and pause it for a minute. It should pop up with the trait in a minute. There we go. So he's well connected. So all my advisors are at 20% cost deduction, which is actually good. That means we're going to have that boosted us from 0.3 to 0.8 a month of income. Okay, all of my castles are fully manned. We lost our good general. We had a 2-pip general there. I just noticed he's gone. Yeah, we had the 4th best general in the world there, or 5th best, I forget which, in the world there. But now he's gone. I didn't see him go. Okay, so let's get my troops massed over here. They have no alliances. They have no hope, right? Should be a nice, quick war here. We have a claim on Olatenia. We have no diplomats. Okay, let's fix that. What do we have here? Teutonic Order, Muscovy here. No, let's pull them back from Otto's. It's closer. It'll take them less time to come back. If he attacks me, he's going to have to come through the castellated province. Okay, here we go. We are set. We have our diplomat back. No, not the Ottos. Let's not declare war on the Ottos. Not going to call any allies in. No need. Now, I should have 10 favors with some of those countries. They've been allies since the beginning, so I probably have favors built up for later use. Nah, don't need it. Easily beat them up back. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. It's just a matter of mouse movement. If my mouse is already over the country, it's almost just as easy for that. Yeah, I forget about that right mouse click sometimes, though, in some things. Uh-oh, somebody's playing Endless Space. Is he getting ready for Endless Space 2? Okay. Nice and simple. I don't even need to send them in. I won't, so I don't worry about the attrition. Okay, so our general got the... I almost read that as General Posthumous. He gets the Battlefield Medic trait posthumously. Reinforced speed bonus, which is nice. Battlefield Medic. We don't have enough troops there to siege it. Okay, I guess we got to send them in. I played it a bit. I never quite got into the Endless series as much as I did some of the other similar games, but it's fun. I actually went ahead and pre-ordered Endless Space 2 because they gave a bonus, so yeah, I do that occasionally. I'm looking forward to Civ coming out, and of course next week the Stellaris patch and DLC hits the market as well, so I'm looking forward to jumping back into Stellaris. Another Paradox game I quite like. Okay, our Rebel faction's up to 60%, still slow rate game. I don't know everything about it. I watched, there's already half a dozen YouTubers that got access to it early. There's a wall breach. Some more variety in the planets and some new tech changes, obviously. Better shipbuilding and design capabilities, I believe, was part of it. I couldn't tell you the entire list of differences between 1 and 2. I just didn't play Endless Space 2 as much, or 1 as much, to really know. Do I have enough troops here to siege without 2 stacks there? I do, so let's go ahead and pull them back. Now, you know what? Let's pull them back into the unrest the unrest area. But yeah, Civ 6 coming out. I'll be doing some campaigns there, and Stellaris patch coming out. Well, I think this first DLC pack coming out with the storylines and whatnot are going to help out quite a bit. They admitted that their mid-game stuff was lacking, and they're taking steps to correct that. They had some decent end-game stuff. They had some decent early-game exploration stuff. And hey, we've got a Cardinal. We've got our first Cardinal. Okay, Ottomans. Yep, as I kind of expected, they are now moving into tech. I thought they might go for Byzantium, but they're going for Serbia now, which means we're probably going to have to jump on Bosnia. If we, in fact, we have a diplomat freed. Let's go ahead and start a claim here. Where's my spy network? Portugal accepted peace with Granada. Granada ceded 1 territory. So Granada still exists. That was Portugal's war, not Castile. I like it when Castile jumps. Got 0 cardinals? Got 10 cardinals? Okay, we can recall our diplomat from the Teutonic Order. Foreign military expert. Our country is at war, but our leadership Bosnia, Serbia is the alliance there. And Serbia is about ready to get eaten by Ottos. So our country is at war, but our leadership is not ready. Today, a foreign military expert arrived in our court. His reputation precedes him and has a reasonable grasp of our language, but his prices are steep. What do we do with him? We can spend half our gold to ask him to train our officers. Gain a general with 100 tradition for half of our gold. I like that. Put him in commands of put him in command of our armies. Gain a general with 50 tradition, which is still better than anything we have right now. Or we do not need foreign aid. Gain 5 legitimacy. I don't need legitimacy. I'm going to take that 100 tradition general. Half my gold, I can afford it. Why not? So we gain a 1-3-4-1 general. We don't for this war. I'm already at 95% legitimacy, and it's growing. I don't need to worry about that. If I was at 50% legitimacy, I'd jump on it. But when I'm up above 90, I very seldom take legitimacy options. Not when I can get a general that, yeah, he's not going to help me in this war, but I have more wars coming. Actually, we're not a very poor country. There we go. Let's go ahead and end this real quick. Let's take a quick look at the ledger. We've got 1 gold province to start. I don't know what our total income is. We're what? 6, 7. We're 9th on the income list, so we're not a very poor country. Okay, let's go ahead and get this piece out of the way. No need to vassalize them. Take the gold, take everything. Now, if we had a greedy ruler, that would have been an achievement, but we don't have a greedy ruler. So we can see here the new the victory screen. We only lost a total of 44,000 troops in that war. Okay, let's go ahead and there goes 200, almost 300 admin power. So our admin's going to be lagging. No big deal. That's usually the case in these early games, I find. No, I didn't vassalize because I've already got max, more than max diplomatic relations. If I hadn't allied France there at the just before this war started because I could, then I was planning on vassalizing them, but I'm not going to. I'll do that with Bosnia maybe because somewhere in the near term I'm going to end up losing one of these relationships. Now, my relationship with Austria is only a royal marriage, and as soon as the Burgundian Inheritance War fires, I'll probably lose that marriage. So Ottoman's now looking to move through our territory. Let's take a quick look at the spread of the institutions. We're at 3.8, 17.8, 5%, 3%. So it's still spreading fairly slowly. We can speed it up a little bit. Now, we're about ready to tech up, so I'm not going to spend the points until I actually tech up. Once I tech up in military and Diplo, I will spend some of that power to start improving the spread of the Renaissance. Okay, those cores are going to go really quick. Okay, now I have one too many forts here. I don't need both forts. If we take a look at our castellation here, I can disband this fort here in Kirafold and still have a fully castellated and protected land. So I think for now I'm just going to ungarrison that one. I probably, if I need a building slot, I might go ahead and actually completely tear the building down. What's the trade good there? Cloth. Yep, we can fabricate claims in Poland. We do have them as a... Do we have them as a rival? I think we do. No, we did not take them as a rival. But I think what I'd like to do is... grab a bit of Bosnia here. Current wars are with the Ottomans and allied with Serbia. Allied with Bosnia and Byzantium. Is Byzantium in this war? Byzantium is not in that war. But Bosnia, Serbia. So they still have... They've managed to keep their army intact. Let me get my claims here in Bosnia done first. Well, wait. I take that back. I have diplomats free, so I can go ahead and... Eight development, 7 development, 14 development. That would be a nice one to take. It's also an iron province. I think that would be a good one to grab. It's right next to their capital, though. Yeah, so let's at least get a spy network going there. And there is our tech for military, which is our first troop unit. Enables Eastern Militia. There we go. Yes, I saw that. I've been seeing it for the last, well, since Rights of Man came out, I've been seeing that tag. I don't know who it is. I'd have to go back through my Steam friends list and figure out. It might be somebody in the EU4 multiplayer Steam group. That would be my first guess, because I certainly didn't have anyone I know that would have used that tag. Okay. Yeah, I keep them on. With my old streaming software, those notifications never actually showed up in the stream. I just got a new video capture, the Razer Ripsaw capture, and I'm actually using the Razer Gamecaster software, so I don't quite have it fine-tuned to where I'm only getting on the screen the things I want on the screen. Okay, seal of confession. Religious institutions are considered sacrosanct and above the petty plots and schemes of countries and spies. This is why it's crucial to infiltrate them. Many secrets that would never be spoken aloud are told in confidence to religious authorities, which the practices of confession has even turned into an institution. A church in one of the countries we have been focusing our espionage efforts on, that would be Poland or Bosnia, right, has presented an unprecedented opportunity to exploit this. One of our loyal agents posing as a nun in a local convent has found that she can overhear the conversations from confessionals while doing chores in the church. While she is likely to escape detection, the plan would outrage religious authorities. Okay, we can, yeah, it's Bosnia. Add 25 to their spy network. Or gain 10 Diplo power. Well, 10 Diplo power is not much. That's, what, 2 months worth of Diplo power? Yeah, 2 months worth of Diplo power. 25 spy network in the meantime is like 8 months worth of spy network. So I'm going to go with that. Which allows us to immediately fabricate a claim. On Lika. We can't claim Lika. That's not Lika. That's Donji Karaji. And still have a 24-point spy network left over for improving our siege capability. Okay, now the question is, what's our AE look like? Our cores will be done here very shortly. I'm going to let them fight it out with the autos for just a little bit longer. I want to watch our aggressive expansion here. It's at 12, 24, 9. So it's not that bad. I think in about a year's time, maybe when the cores are done. Yeah, I know we can only claim the bordering provinces. I was hovering over my own province by mistake. It was the one next to me. I just saw the pop up. I wasn't paying attention to where the flags were. Bordering including if it shares a naval province. Okay, rebel factions really aren't growing all that much. What's the Wallachian separatist at? 5.5%. I probably should move one of the armies down here to, well, they're all at 17.9, so it really doesn't matter. I don't need it in the castellated province because if the rebels spawn there, they'll have to deal with the castle. But I'll move this army down here. I didn't see what that was. What did we just do? Well, we got corruption growing too, I just noticed. That'll at least lower the unrest a little bit there. Not by much. It'll also give me an army there if the rebels spawn there, because I suspect this rebel group will spawn. I am not going to spend military power to prevent it. I'm not that worried about the rebels that might spawn there. We can actually see what type of rebels will spawn now by going over to here. And we can see it'll be a 13K Transylvanian stack. A 19, actually, that's pretty beefy. 19K Wallachian separatist stack. Oh, that was the coring. Okay, that's what that was. I knew that tone. Okay, so it's going to cost us 0.3, but increase our income by 0.31, a net of 0.01 when autonomy is increased. So it's going to actually cost us a little bit of money short term. Okay, estates demand control of provinces, the clergy. Let's find them a nice grain province so they can feed the masses. Austria has embraced the Renaissance. Okay, so Austria has now fully embraced the Renaissance. Let's go ahead and actually get the clergy. France, Bavaria, Aragon, which includes Naples, by the way. I think that's our 3 alliances. There's one more. Just a second, I'll take a look. I need to get this noble, or this, let's see, I need a nice grain province for the clergy. I like giving the clergy grain provinces. Oh yeah, Burgundy as well. Burgundy was one of the first ones. I figuring that when that inheritance war fires off between Burgundy and France and Austria, when those 3 start going at it, I might be able to keep France as the inheritors of Burgundy by keeping Austrian troops. I had a pop-up saying that one of the estates demanded control of more territory. They were under their limit. They expected to have a certain amount of territorial control. Yes, Burgundy and France are normally enemies. Austria and Burgundy are normally enemies as well. When that war fires off, Austria will fight Burgundy, France will fight Burgundy, and one of them usually inherits. I don't want Austria to inherit Burgundy. I want France to inherit Burgundy. So my initial alliance was with Burgundy so that I could keep the pressure on Austria and make it more likely that France would inherit Burgundy. Later on, the chance to gain an alliance with France came up, and they're just too powerful for me not to take that alliance and use them against Austria if and when I go against Austria. So yes, I'm allied with 2 people that are going to eventually fight, but this basic premise still remains. I do not want Austria to inherit Burgundy. So I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that France or somebody else does. We should have some more troop strength, right? We can now go up to 26,000 units. Army, not going to spend yet. Yeah, and as far as the estates, yeah, I had a pop-up saying that the clergy demanded control of another province because they were under their so-called limit. If you take a look at, I probably don't have it as a pop-up yet, as a proper map mode, but if we take a look at the estates here, where are the estates? You can see that the clergy have control of the beige states, the nobility have control of the red states, and the burghers have control of the... They expect control of a certain percentage of states. They were short because of the 3 provinces that I took. So that meant that giving them a grain province was just giving them a province so that they weren't losing loyalty. Poland received a gift from Moldavia. Let's see, how is this war going? I believe... Let's see what our unrest looks like over here. Our religious unity has dropped to where... Good. I need missionary strength. Down to 73%. Definitely need missionary strength. I think I might not know what to do here. I'd like to vassalize Bosnia. I can't afford the administrative power to actually take too much more territory at this point because I need my next admin tech. That's going to be my idea group, and that idea group is going to be my missionaries probably. It doesn't. It's just I like. It doesn't. It doesn't make a lot of difference. I think it does make some difference. I don't want to give away all the high value income provinces because when you give control of an estate, province to an estate, you lose the ability to minimize their local autonomy. So I don't want to give away a lot of my high value provinces. Yeah, that would give me some, but again, that's admin power I can't afford to use right now. I need to get the next admin tech so that I can get my first idea group. Okay, with peace in our country, the great musicians, artists, and poets are rejoicing in the capabilities of entertaining their betters. This area of cultural enlightenment is definitely improving the mood of Hungary. This is great, gain 5 prestige, or because I have a well-connected ruler, I can do the gain a skill 2 artist that is 50% cheaper. I still can't afford a level 2 advisor, so if it was later in the game, I'd probably jump on that, being able to get a skill 2 artist, which really, what is that, stability cost modifier, I think? Yeah, I don't particularly care for that anyway. But if it was a skill 2 treasure or something like that at 50% cost, I like jumping on it. We'll take the 5 prestige. That'll boost us up to 19. Wow, we're at 5th in overall score. Where are we on the great power here? We're still 50 points out of the race for great power status. So yeah, now I said I was going to boost when I had some extra military points. Let's take a look at the development map mode here again. Okay, N key. So we're gaining at 1.1 per month. We will have the Renaissance in this province in 8 years. That one's still a ways away. That one's a ways away. All of these are still quite far away from gaining the Renaissance. But what we can do down here in Lika is we can now spend some of our military power, since it's going to cost us 62. We've already got 552. We can boost this up a couple points, well, 1 point right now, and we're going to take it 1.1 a month with an expected completion of 1464, 1.19 a month, so we cut a year's time off. I'm not expecting the ruler to die anytime soon. He is young. What is my If I spend... I need the idea. That's the bottom line. I need the idea. Right now, we're looking at 5 years before we get it. If I spend another 100 points, that's going to take it down by another year and a half. So that's going to be 6.5 years before I get that first idea group. And I need the idea. Yeah, I don't want negative stability after my ruler dies. If my ruler dies, then I'll be forced to spend it. But at this point, I'm not that concerned about it. And the missionary strength gain boost that I get isn't really all that much anyway for that 1 point. But once I get my idea and get the religious idea, the religious or the humanist idea group, these penalties and rebels will be gone. One of those rebels just melted away. Which one was it? It's not the Transylvanian. Transylvania is still out there in Hunyad and Torda. These two provinces here. Yeah, I might have, should have done that, and that was my initial thought was doing that. But if I get the idea group that gives me the religious, the missionary bonus, I might also, when I get the new admin power, I also get the Right of Religion Act, which is missionary strength, and the Tolerance of Heretic bonus as well. So that's also a reason that I need that 1 point of admin. Yeah, I took a look at it. It's these three territories here, and if I were to do anything down here, it would be that again. It's admin points. I'm not too worried about coring these. I'm not planning on doing anything down there at the moment. It's not costing me anything. It's not causing me overextension. I've already taken care of that. Because I made them a state, I can now make them a territorial core. Sometimes you have to do that. This is not one of the instances I have to, I don't think. At least not at the moment. Yeah, I saw it when it popped up. Once I get that next idea and or that next admin point, I'm going to get a whole bunch of ability to convert. I'll get the national idea, plus I'll have the idea group. Okay, religion and separatists are up to 50% and that's again mostly due to the separatism. A little point bit. Once again, that idea, that national idea, or that point of admin is going to take that intolerance down by a point as well. So I'm going to press on and work on getting that. Oops, I've got to pause. Didn't realize it. Sorry. If I hadn't taken that alliance with France when it popped up, when they requested it, I didn't know it was an option. I would have vassalized instead, but looks like we've got a war going on in here. Let's take a look. It looks like Savoie and France, maybe. France, Papal State, Castile, Genoa, and Scotland against Savoie, Provence, Lorraine, and England. So that's probably the 100 Years' War continuing, just with the various alliance pulling everybody in, I'm guessing. Can actually take a look and see what it is. I always like looking and seeing what wars are going on. Lots and lots of wars. The French... No, it's the French